Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together. Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Paul Lopez.
And I'm April Martinez. Good morning.
And it's
What the Friday?
And so this morning's show is all about, at least for the first part of the show, you all calling in and you are giving your input on the various topics that we have up for discussion. But before we get to that portion of the show, let's look at what we have planned for you all in terms of our conversations and discussions throughout the entire course of this morning's show or engagement. So, well, of course, first of all, we're going to open the lines, and that one is coming up pretty shortly. Secondly, we have Grace as they bring you delicious coconut and Mackeson Popsicles. Interesting, I don't know, man. Friday morning kind of breakfast, I guess. Secondly, well, third, women over 70. Maureen Utsman makes her voice heard. Third, we have no stranger to Open Your Eyes as well as music scene. Stig Da Artist as he speaks on evolving his sound.
Yes.
Fourthly, DeColores brings cheerful charm to Pottery. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to be celebrating Belize's men volleyball team after securing a silver medal in El Salvador recently and some individual awards as well. We're going to hear all about that.
Beautiful.
April.
Wonderful conversations. Look forward, Paul. But, you know, it is What the Friday, and there's just so many topics to cover.
Yeah.
Like you rightfully said, the lines are going to be open shortly. That's 280-0016. That's 280-0016. I still laying about pan mode, guys. But before we get into our deep dive and have you all call us on the line, here are the 5 things that you need to know before you leave your house this morning. And we are going to kick things off with the continuous conversation of the 13th Amendment. Is it a threat to citizen security? Our next conversation is all about the government of Belize announcing its GST-free weekends for back to school. We had a blast during the Christmas vacation with those GST-free weekends, and so they're going to be bringing those back for back to school supplies. Our third topic is all about, Paul went over to the capital city last week to deliver a couple of letters, and so we finally received an official correspondence for one FOIA request. And our fourth topic of discussion for today, should the government of Belize vehicles now be tracked by GPS? That's also a very important topic to discuss. And lastly, Belize launches Energy Master Plan for Sustainable Energy. And everything that we're doing in this day and age goes back to being sustainable because of climate change. So those are your 5 hot topics that are open for discussion this morning. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. So it's a pleasure to be on this Friday morning as per usual. There really is a lot to get into and we don't have a lot of time, but I want to remind our viewers that you can call in. You can make your voices heard this morning. This is what this platform and this segment is all about, and that number once again is 280-0016. Once you call in, we'll take your call, we'll give you the floor for your thoughts and your opinions, and we'll have that discussion, and we'll kind of piggyback from you, or we'll continue where we left off. April, I think we should start the conversation with the 13th Amendment and the public awareness campaign that we've seen ramp up over the last week, right? When we had the conversation about the 13th Amendment on this very show last week, Friday, it seemed to have been fresh in everyone's mind. In fact, I'll be honest to say it was a fresh topic in our minds. Sabrina and I, we did a great deal of research the night before, or more so familiarization of the actual legal document, the draft of the bill. We did our familiarization of that, and we sought to break it down and share what we understood from the law last week Friday, and we got a few callers who were already on the ball in terms of their understanding of this bill. Now, what we saw over the course of the last week, right, 7 days since last week Friday, was a ramping up of this public campaign, awareness campaign. We've seen posts, Facebook posts from the National Assembly. We saw that public consultation take place on Wednesday, and I know you have your thoughts on that. Well, we here at Greater Belize Media, we've also been doing our part to, one, check the heat in terms of what the public knows and what they don't know about the 13th Amendment. And we've also been doing our part through Open Your Eyes and the newsroom, News 5, to send information out, to get the information out, whether it's by guests on the morning show. Like yesterday, we had Senator Dennison, and also on Wednesday. And yesterday, like Wednesday, we did the five-point breakdown to kind of explain an explainer of the topic. We also did a story on the actual consultation itself. Then yesterday, we hit the streets in Belmopan, where we were able to gauge public knowledge on this exact topic. So I would say that based on what my observation, over the last week, more people know about the 13th Amendment than they did last week, but I don't know if it is one that enough people knows about it, or enough people know enough about the 13th Amendment and really what this constitution, this proposed constitutional amendment seeks to do.
You know, Paul, what I've realized within the past week is how little Belizeans know about the laws in their country in general.
Yeah, we don't really focus on it.
We don't talk about the laws that govern us. We don't talk about rights enough that we are privy to as basic human beings, basic human rights that we're supposed to have awarded to us. And I think that, to me, that's a little scary, because yesterday when you had Senator Dennison on the show, I kept reading the 13th Amendment when we received the news of it. You guys did a wonderful job trying your best to analyze it last week, Friday. But I kept racking my head around the fact that this just sounds way too familiar. The lines of it, the powers that it would hold, the authorities that would be given this power, and so forth, with the exception of going into your home without a warrant. And that's when you all had the senator on the show yesterday, and you and him were reading verbatimly the 13th Amendment and the Constitution of Belize, right? And that's when I said, oh my goodness, yes, that's where I know it from. That is, we already have these in our laws. So I was very baffled, and I said to myself, I wonder how many of us knew that already. I wonder how many of us have read the Constitution already, how many of us understand the laws of the land that govern us and the questions that we're supposed to ask. Because I don't think that one, I'm just saying it blatant, this is my own personal opinion, I don't believe that we should implement the 13th Amendment. We already have these laws that govern us, and we should do our best to enforce those laws. They work. The problem is that us as citizens don't know the laws, and those that are in power abuse the fact that the citizens don't know the laws. That's the issue right there.
Yeah, and that's an interesting perspective, April, because when you see people talking about their rights, and you see people talking about, I know the law, and I know what my rights. A lot of times, these people get in trouble, if you would, or they face some pushback from law enforcement in most cases. And it's usually a clash between citizens and law enforcement in terms of, all right, you know the law, but here what? I know the law right now. And so you have to ask, what is the value of knowing the law when you are caught in a situation when you're still subjected to certain processes? You'll have to go through certain processes still. So you could say you know the law, well, here what? I will give you this ticket. You could say you know the law, I want to do this, and if you have any issue with it, well, there's a court for you to seek remedy. I don't know that knowing the law protects you to an extent from those who are carrying out their duties under the law, from carrying out those duties in certain circumstances.
Duties, if that's the case. If
it is, you know that, if you know the law and you know that they are doing that. But you and
Sabrina made a very good point yesterday by asking about the gentleman that, went in and sued the government for unlawfully detaining them under that SOE, right? Yeah. They did what they knew they should have done, and they ended up walking away with this amount, compensation, etc. Does it do anything for them in terms of trauma, in terms of what they have done, in terms of abuse and so forth by the police system? Absolutely not. But it does change the way that the people around them would look at a situation like that and say, you know what? I can fight for my rights. I can fight this because the law should be on my side. The problem with us is that we don't talk about these rights enough. We don't talk about the laws enough. We kind of live in this space where if it suits us and if it benefits us, then we're not going to complain and we're not going to say anything, right? So we have also, as citizens, kind of, played a part in this corruption. We had this conversation with former Mayor of Belize City, Darrell Bradley, on Monday, where we do this to ourselves. We kind of fuel the system corruptedly to work for us. And then when we see other persons in authority abusing the law in that same corruption, we stand up and then it kind of clashes with us as well. So for us, where do we draw certain lines? And I really would like persons to call in at 280-0016 to give us your thoughts, because I think at the end of the day, this is all about us and how we are going to move forward in a future where we feel safe. And right now we have this culture in Belize and Belize City in particular where we don't trust the police. We have this thing against them where you automatically have this feel of discomfort when you see an officer in uniform, or when you see somebody at checkpoint. You could have all of your license and your insurance and everything, but you still have discomfort when you see them at a checkpoint. Why? Right? When they're supposed to be the ones that offer us this safety, you're not supposed to feel this way. So in this 13th Amendment and pushing on this and enforcing this is going to change the way that we live in society as we know it. So
the question to our viewers, or questions to our viewers this morning is, how much do you know about the 13th Amendment? What do you know about the 13th Amendment? Do you believe you know enough about the 13th Amendment? And what's your thoughts on it being passed in the National Assembly versus it being stalled or stayed for further consultations or further adjustments? Just to be clear, this law, or a lot of it already exists, as you said earlier, in the Criminal Control and Criminal Justice Act, right? And of course, the Constitution already makes provisions for the 13th for state of emergencies. Sorry, in Section 18 of the Constitution. And so what seems to be happening here is that there is sort of an amalgamation, if you would, or an insertion of certain legislation within this act, which is, it's a long name, so I have to keep looking at it, the Criminal Control and Justice Act. So there's an amalgamation of sorts, or an entering in of certain legislation or regulations from that act into the Constitution, adding to what already exists, speaking to state of emergencies within the Constitution of Belize. One question that still hasn't been answered for me, and perhaps it's a question for a government representative or a parliamentarian leading this process, is what is the difference between having just, we'd say, ordinary law versus enshrining these sort of laws in the Constitution? I understand the Constitution is the highest law of the land. But does it make a difference? I'm no legal mind, and I've asked the question a couple of times. I asked with Senator yesterday. I've asked a couple of people, and the answer I've received, well, it's the highest law of the land. But what does it do? Does it have a greater effect because of that? I'm still yet to receive the answer for that question. You were
at the consultation on Wednesday.
Let's talk about that.
Right? And I really want us to kind of talk about the consultation, because in my mind, these sort of questions should have been answered. You understand me? Like, if you are going to sit and have a discourse with the public, first of all, broke it down in a basic ones and twos for me, because the literate jargon of the law confuses me, and the loopholes that are in certain laws don't sit with me. So I have to understand it from A to 2 to 3 to, I need to know every single thing. And I need to know it in the most basic language. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you are going to host a public consultation, Paul, where is the public?
Where is the public?
Where is the public? When you are going to call in a group of people to have a discussion about something so important. How long did you say we started talking about this? A week ago. This consultation was held on Wednesday, right? Okay, we have a caller coming on the line. Good morning, caller. Tell us your thoughts.
Hello, good morning, caller.
Yeah, man, good morning.
Yes, you're on the line.
You're on the line.
All of them people here, they don't know, that pressure the people. And the real issue, they know they deal with. All when they do that, they put laws just to continue to suppress the Belizean people. This law, no one affect them or for them pick them. They're out of this, because we like the law, but an unjust law. Law for me, but not law for them. Now you are locked up certain area. They control everybody in our area. And the criminals, and they find the top, then when they rape the country, when they family member, and then they rape this country, they live lavish lifestyle, own all the land. Look how much land them brother own. Your prime minister owns thousands upon thousands of acres of land here, your family member. How much land the regular Belizean own? We can't get a house lot. That's a lot of problem. So everything they do, have to suppress us. All when they do this land, so we can't challenge it. The court, to make sure that when they bring this up, we can't challenge it. Because after the brothers challenge it and they win, and then they bring this up. You see? So all when they bring this stuff, that to suppress us and continue. And the reckless thing will happen. Because when I tell you the truth, when the target starts to change, that then you are sitting changing at this country.
Carla, let me ask you a question if you don't mind. When you look at, for example, what happened last night in the Lake Independence area with a shootout where 5 men were apparently or reportedly injured in a shootout. You think about the seriousness of the crime in our country, especially in Belize City, the violence. What then would you suggest we should do to tackle these sort of social issues?
Yep. The brother, crime, they're all over this country. And we have to do something about it. But you cannot take away people's rights. You can't tell me, you could pick me up when I've got nothing to do in no gun, and I can't challenge you to court. And when you lock me up to jail, I lose my job. I can't bring in food to my kids. I lose my job. And I can't challenge and say, boss, I never in no gun. Now you don't lock me down. You don't take away everything from me. You don't even put one charge for me. You can't do that. We agree that there is crime in the country and something needs to be done. But it needs to be done for the top. Because many of the time crime, they happen at the social issue. And then, brother, when they happen at the corruption, rampant corruption. You know what? You watch it right there, then 2 contracts. No, how will I get back the money from the airport authority? They get 2 contracts, money was paid out. Who will get back their money? Then they will take the money. Then they take the money from the country for social issue. And then benefit the people from the top. All right, who are arresting? Who are charging? Who are get back the money? You know, you hear nothing about that. Nothing. Nearly $1 million was given out that no service was rendered. Just why the problem happened with the hijacking. If they had proper security, where they rub down people at the airport authority, that never may happen. May I take where the man died. No gun never may allow on the plane, and they may all right. Now the brother, the challenge, the curtain at court, they heard the Prime Minister say, you know what, the brother do nothing. The brother gets stabbed up here, he can't fly no plane no more. Because you have to go through a certain criteria, a certain test, health test.
Yeah.
So all these things you have to put in consideration. We need to do something about the crime, but you can't take away people's rights.
Excellent.
That is what I'm saying.
Excellent.
Thank you
You
so
don't
much.
say you could come down harder, no, but you can't just pick me up, pick you up, pick up everybody. And I don't got no post. I don't do nothing, and I can't go to court and challenge it. That's all I'm saying.
No, we fully thank you so much for your opinion, caller. And
Thank you so
All right.
much.
I think
No
that
problem.
that's also something that needs to be part of the discussion that is also lacking, because while we are here saying no to this, right, no to being able to have our rights being infringed upon and so forth, then what's the solution? And that's something that I keep not getting, right? We have to do something about it. I don't know what, but something else needs to be done. And that is where the watered down part of this comes to play, because it is a serious problem. Caller, you're absolutely right. The foundations of all of our issues do come from, you know, lack of opportunities. At this moment, we're doing really well with having this free education, so forth across the country. We're trying to get our kids in programs. We're trying to get our kids in schools and so forth. And I commend
There's the
the
construction
government.
of homes.
There's the construction of homes. There's so many things happening, which is good. It's good for us. I think that our issues come from, one, now we've done this, what other opportunities are there? And is it enough? Because at the end of the day, we kind of want quick fix to happen right away. We live in a country where things are happening so quickly all the time, and there is no way to pace ourselves to say, all right, it takes me 8 years for my free education. Then I have to do what? Go to college, maybe? Do I go to a vocational school and do a trade? Then when I'm done, is there a job waiting for me when I'm done? How am I able to feed my family when that happens? And when all of those things start to fall apart, the other issues take fold, right? Because life is real, and we are not community minded. I don't think about you, Paul. in the sense, we're great friends, but I don't think about you when I'm struggling. I don't think about Miss V when I'm struggling. I need to figure this out for myself. So all of those issues that are taking place right now in Miss V's home or Paul's home or this community, I don't have time for it, because I need to figure things out for myself. We have become that sort of mentality where we don't care about the issues that are happening in a space because I have to deal with my own thing. And that sort of mindset kind of has that trickle effect where if you're going through something, or if this 13th Amendment is going to affect you, why am I sitting here and listening to that? That has nothing to do with me, right? But at the end of the day, Paul, these sorts of mentalities affect the way that our society functions.
Yeah. Again, you can call in at 280-0016. I want to just quickly move over to another topic. But before I do that, let me just punctuate this conversation, which we'll come back to, with the fact that there's an underlying theme here. And we've heard it time and time again, and that theme is distrust.
Yes.
Or a lack of trust.
Yes.
Whether it is from whether it is trust or a lack of trust or distrust in our parliamentarians from certain members of the public, or it is distrust for law enforcement officers, security forces. Because when we hear the top brass in the Belize Police Department say, you know what, we'll use our discretion when we go to enforce these laws in these special areas. We'll use our discretion.
Right.
We will only go after persons that we have reasonable suspicions or reasonable grounds that they are involved or about to be involved in certain criminal activities. We will use our discretion in our search. We will ensure that we don't just carry out these powers wantonly, that we will do it to the best of our ability to not infringe on the rights of law-abiding citizens. Why is it that we as a society cannot trust that the police, security forces will do what they say they will do under this legislation? That they will not go beyond the parameters that this legislation is proposing to set out for them.
Who is going to police the police?
Well, why can't we trust the police in the first instance? Why can't we trust, and I'm asking, why can't we trust that the security forces will do what they say they will do, right? I think that would take away a lot of things.
I agree, but we have another caller on the line. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your thoughts. We're talking about the 13th Amendment.
Mr. Dennis here, Paul. Good morning.
Morning, Senator. Tell us.
You're making a very important point, and I feel that I have to contribute this. The Constitution provides for a tribunal to be set up within 30 days of people being detained. Government has failed every time they set up a state of emergency to set up the tribunal. You see, me, Paul, I would support the SOEs if they are done properly. If the reason for triggering them is you're able to follow it, and the safeguard, the backstop of this distrust, this mistrust, is the tribunal. So then the police can take the evidence, whatever they have, and it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. You just have to show to the tribunal that there is good reason for having these people continuously detained. You see, if you have that, Paul, that takes the reasonableness of the police action to be tested. And that's one of the important safeguards that has been missing in the SOE from the very beginning. And the importance of that, Paul, you can't overlook it. It is exactly for that reason of mistrust that the tribunal exists. So, I've said this over and over again, Paul, but if we don't trust the system. We must at least trust that the judiciary will be there to back us up. And so I call on the government whenever they do it to make sure that within the 30 days, the tribunal is established. And it's not only established, all the law, the Constitution requires that every person that will be brought before the tribunal before the 30 days, so the tribunal tests whether their detention is appropriate. So I wanted to highlight that point because I didn't get a chance yesterday to speak about
Can
it.
I ask you quickly to give your thoughts on the Gang and Guns Court? Just briefly, so you could get an understanding of your thoughts on how this will help that process or aid it.
And also, if you could lower your TV or your video or however, so that we could hear you a little bit clearer.
I think that's on our end.
Sorry, I had the TV muted.
Okay, yeah, go
but
ahead.
I had it on speaker. Is that better?
Yes, much. Thank you.
Okay. So I want to answer that question by starting at the policy, right? And I'm going to go back a little bit, Paul.
Yeah.
The policy behind the 13th Amendment was exactly the policy behind the SOE and the Crime Control and Criminal Justice Act. And so when I make the point that it's copy and paste, I do that for people to be able to understand. But the truth is, this policy already exists and it was legislated for in the past. So the same thing that I'm saying for that will apply to the gun court. We have to have a look at what is the policy behind the gun court. In theory, it's a very good thing. It expedites the judicial process in relation to these types of offenses. But we are putting it in the Constitution, and nobody has said how this will apply, what we're going to do with it, what are the parameters, because guardrails are very important. We don't know what the gun court will do yet. We don't know what the powers are. It's a judicial function, so I trust it. But we need to know what is the policy guiding this discussion.
Yeah.
All right.
I had a question, Glenfield, and I wasn't on the couch yesterday, but I was listening to the conversation, and I think for me, my question would more go along the lines of how do we find a solution to this? Because the whole point of this is the laws, the regular laws of the land are not working. So we're going to implement this. But if this is not the way, then what is the way?
Okay, I will answer that question this way. If the regular laws are not working, the problem is enforcement. If they're not enforcing the laws, then we are left in a position where the police are not doing their job. So to me, this is not asking the legislature to solve the problem. The legislator has already given the executive the power and the tools. The same tools that they're now asking for, they already have, but they are not using it. So this to me is an enforcement problem, not a legislative problem. And so the right thing to do is for the police to do its job. Go and collect the intel, go and find out these stash houses, go and find where they're locking up, where they're hiding their weed and their gun and that sort of thing.
Investigations is what you're saying.
Do your investigation and prosecute these people. So I think that's what we're losing sight of, that the police are asking for an extra tool when they already have the tool and they're not using it. Now, Paul, it's to me like this. You can't keep giving your employee everything they're asking for, tools and all of that. And when you keep giving them, they come back to ask you for more and come back to ask you for more, but they're not using the tools that they have. So to me, this is an enforcement problem. We have enough laws on the books. We have these particular laws. Paul, I made the point to show you that this exact law already exists, but they're not using it. So how can the police come to the legislature and say, please put this in the Constitution? To what end? you have the search procedures already under the Crime Control and Criminal Justice Act, and you have the ability to lock people up for 30 days under the SOE. You already have those two tools. Use them.
Excellent.
I absolutely agree.
Thank you so much, Senator.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Have a good day. Have a good
You as
day.
well. You as well. Be safe.
So April, just to switch topics a bit, and again, you can call in if you have thoughts on the 13th Amendment, but I just want to highlight the fact that yesterday we received an official correspondence from the Ministry of Public Service, right? We're not getting information where we
We
want
just
it.
said received.
Right. So the CEO wrote to News 5, addressing me specifically, to say that they've received the Freedom of Information Act request, and they asked for clarity on a couple. One thing actually, it's just a position, a title for the CEO. There was an error there, and they asked for correction on that, or just for more accuracy on that. But then acknowledge receipt of my Freedom of Information request, right? The letter from the Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of Public Service was dated July 8th. I submitted the Freedom of Information Act request on July 7th, right? So that letter dated July 8th, was sent through, and this is the process, right? So I'm learning the process, was sent through mail. Right, so
like through a PO box?
Right? So postman come and drop off the mail.
People do that still?
I guess that's a part of the process, right? And so it took, based on the date of the letter sent to us acknowledging receipt, it took about 2 weeks.
2 weeks
For the mail to get here,
because we're
right?
it's the 18th of
Yes, and for those who aren't fully aware, we're asking the Ministry of Public Service to furnish us with details and information of the government's rental expenses, where they're acting as tenants in certain private properties for the private landlords, right? And so it took about 2 weeks to get that correspondence, though it's dated July 8th. And so now the question is, and the corrections were made, for me as I learn and navigate this process is, so when will we actually get the information we're requesting in terms of those rentals? And I'll tell you something, that as a reporter who's made it public that we're going after this information, there's members of the general public with their eyes and ears wide open, approaching me, asking me,
when you get it,
when you're getting information, why? When you're getting document. You have people saying that it shouldn't even be a matter of going through the bureaucracy of this process, that they think they should be furnished to you in upon request. And I understand this, the bureaucracy process, that it has to go through the Attorney General's to the Attorney General, but the Freedom of Information Act states that you have 2 weeks to respond, if you would, to say where you are, to give an update on it. So I guess this letter to say we've received it is an update for 2 weeks later to say, hey, within the span of 2 weeks we've said we received it. Now the question is, how long will it take for us to receive information that, one, was committed to us before we even move to make a FOIA request, and two, information that really should be public information. And I will say, as you all recalled, that we submitted 2 FOIA requests. The second to the Ministry of Home Affairs, right? That one, we heard from the minister earlier this week, I think it was on Wednesday, or Tuesday, to say that, yes, it's with the Attorney General, but we haven't received an official correspondence from the Ministry of Home Affairs. That one we're asking for the details of that Aaron Guzman advisory contract. So I'm going through the process, I'm learning, I'm understanding, I'm making tweaks, I'm making adjustments, and this is
Yeah.
And this is all for public information, for the good of the public, for accountability as well. And so I just had to give that update and put that
I
on the
have to
table.
say that I do commend, and you're absolutely right. These things should be public knowledge, and I commend you for going through this process and kind of taking us along this journey with you, because at the end of the day, if you do get that information or you don't get that information, there is nothing that you can come back to us and say, guys, I didn't do due diligence. I did it my way as a reporter. I did it their way with the bureaucracy. I tried all the angles that were afforded to me. This is the information that I received. And it's good for the public to note that these are the hoops you have to jump through as a reporter to try to get the accurate information to them, right? We I think we pride ourselves very much in trying our best to be as diligent as possible and as accurate as possible. But we really wanted to hear from our viewers. So whether you called us this morning or you commented on Facebook or on YouTube or however it is that you're getting your questions to us, these conversations are for you to understand whatever the topics are, for you to give us your opinions on these topics. Your right to freedom of speech is safe when you do this, right? And so we want to be able to encourage you in the future, and for all the other What the Fridays to call us here at 280-0016. But Paul, we got to move on with our show for today. What up with the weather? It's been very, very hot. It's been very sunny. We finally got some rain last night in Belmopan, and so we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have that update for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I got you. Man, like how's done?
Already?
Hey, now who that?
Vote for your favorite KTV contestant by texting the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's number, and send it to Smart Code 585. Here are this week's contestants.
If you look into her eyes, you'll see the strand of mine. They're saying, this is my message to you. Take my breath away if only you would stay.
While you're didn't dip on the grind, just bear this in my mind. These streets don't love you like I do.
Wrap my arms around you. Oh, but woman like you, oh, I don't deserve it. To experience to be taken for a stroll, to experience Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time.
We were meant to be. Girl, you've always been my lover. Always been my lover. You don't mind when you waste your time coming up with some stupid line, influencing the youth. If it's not a line, I'll take a line.
You can change the world today, and I'm living proof that crime doesn't pay.
Remember, voting ends on Sunday at midnight. And don't forget to tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. only on Greater Belize Media.
Oh man, one more stroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
This is the new era of the Mexican Caribbean. A whole spectrum of colors and hues, multi-dimensional cuisine, holographic beaches. The true new era is within you.
Full-Tech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Full-Tech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Full-Tech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
Orthopedic health is very important. Our bodies can be so strong and yet still so delicate. Injury is something that we cannot prevent. We can try to mitigate the risk of extreme injuries. However, it is very, very important that you know and understand your body.
As we get older, our bones are getting softer. It's hard to treat degeneration which already happened. The first treatment is a lifestyle modification and the support of physiotherapists. I am Dr. Sergey Adonin, an orthopedic surgeon, and we are watching Caribbean Medical TV.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
I'm Leomar Langer, and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer with these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, and we have a weather update for you brought to you by the folks at the National Meteorological Service. To your eye on the weather, it is going to be cloudy at times with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms that will affect most areas, but more so along the coast today and then mainly along the southern coastal areas tonight. Our temperatures for today highs for today along the coast are 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Inland will have quite a high at 92 degrees Fahrenheit, and the hills will have a high around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The lows for today along the coast will be 80 degrees Fahrenheit, inland 74 degrees, and in the hills a whopping 68 degrees. In our extended forecast today, majority of the Saturday and Sunday will be about 88 degrees, and it looks like the rest of the weekend will be about 93 degrees in terms of highs and about 74 degrees in the low areas. In our astronomical forecast, the sun rose this morning at 5:27 a.m. and it will set tonight at around 6:30 p.m. The moon set for today is about 12:37 p.m. and the moon rise is at 12:16 a.m. In our marine conditions, the sea state of the winds are blowing from the east at 10 to 20 knots. In our tides, we have today's low is at 10:37 a.m. and our high is at 4:37 p.m. and today's other low is about 9:46 p.m. and tomorrow's high is about 4:04 a.m. And that does it for your eye on the weather from the folks at the National Meteorological Service of Belize. Paul, what's Grace cooking in the kitchen this morning?
Yeah, so we are going to attempt to beat the heat with Chef V and Marvin inside the kitchen this morning. I see that we have some Mackeson on the table, coconut, all kind of Grace products and different things. Morning, Miss V.
Morning, Paul.
Marvin, morning.
Morning, my brother.
All right, so what is it that we have to prepare today?
No stove, of course. So,
no stove today. Okay, no. So this is our no stove type of thing. All right.
So we're whipping up a cold treat. You know, the days are hot. The kids are home for summer. You know, they can be in the kitchen with you making the kids-friendly one because we're making one for the kids and one for the adults. So you might see we have some Mackeson here. We have some coconut milk, some coconut water. Grace, amazing product as always. So today, it's to beat the heat because then I know to handle it nicely.
All right, good.
So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make the Mackeson one.
The Mackeson, what would it make?
Popsicle. Sorry.
Mackeson popsicle.
Yes.
All right, so this is our.
It's very easy.
Yes, and this is our adult popsicle. Basically.
Yes.
All right,
so
good.
what we're gonna use today, we're gonna use the dark chocolate. There's two kinds, right, Marvin? Correct. So we're using the dark chocolate. If you want, you can use the other one. And like I said, it's very quick, it's very fast. So we're going to use 1 pint. You can have it cold if you want, or room temperature. So
while you pour that, Marvin, is this a Grace product? Do you guys bring in this product?
Yes, it is. It's It's a sister to the triple stout.
Okay.
Right, just that this has a chocolate flavor to it, no?
All right.
Right.
What does it taste like?
Well, it's bright in chocolate, no? You can actually taste the chocolate out of the stout, no?
Okay, and it smells.
Yes, it
right.
smells.
You smell it, right?
It smells amazing. So I'm gonna add some condensed milk.
Okay, and let's get some clearance here, just so we could.
Yes.
Our viewers could see what we're doing.
And then you can add however sweet you want it. I have about a cup of condensed milk here. It's up to you. It might seem a lot, but listen, it's not, because it's dark chocolate. It's not the milk
so that's
one.
Rich,
yes,
right?
so it's
almost kind of bitter, right?
Yeah, so we're just giving it a balance here. A little bit of balance. It's not nothing too fancy that's gonna happen right here. So we have some whole milk. You can have this cold, about a cup of that as well. Quick, fast, and easy. Yeah. And then I have some Benjamin vanilla. You can use a cup. I like to use it, or sometimes I just go ahead and let.
Is this also another Grace product?
Yes, this is one of the. Listen, this is one of the closest I think. I haven't experienced the vanilla bean, but I think that is the closest, because it's so amazing. I was using it last and I was like, good. I can use this. My daughter is like, you have vanilla perfume. You don't need it.
It is the aroma for me.
So I have a little bit of mixture of cinnamon and nutmeg here, just for a little bit of cake.
Yeah, cinnamon and nutmeg mix.
Yes, it's mixed here. So yeah, you want to whip that for me?
This is that whip it?
Yes, we're not going to put it in the blender because then we don't want to create too much froth.
Should I whip fast? Should I whip slow? Should I whip long?
It's just
should I
to
whip
get
slow?
the condensed milk to dissolve out.
Okay.
So like I said, it's quick and easy, and then you get your cups.
While we mix this, Marvin, what can you tell us about what's happening over at Grace for the summer?
Okay, so for the summer, we do have a couple. Well, we do have, of course, an ongoing promotion, no? Whereby our in-store promotion where consumers can take advantage of those, no? And those promotion goes, you purchase 3 turbo, you get another turbo free. And speaking on turbo, we do have the new turbo in the can.
No man, you got can turbo now.
We do.
Watch this.
Good thing.
Upgrade. You no longer turbo in a plastic bottle. You could tell a friend you got a good thing there now.
Right.
All right.
And then also we do have our ketchup promotion, whereby you purchase 2 ketchup, whether it be the hot, whether it be the regular. You also get another ketchup free.
Wow.
Also our trusted patty meat.
Correct.
You also purchase 3 patty meat. You also get another patty meat free.
Wow.
And also we have our Viennas, no?
Sachets.
Right. Whether it be the hot, whether it be the chicken, purchase 4.
I like the hot one.
Right.
I would have popped that open right now. You could put it on TV.
Right. You purchase 4, you get another one free, you know?
Okay.
And then we also have new to our catalog, our scented candles, no?
Candles, yes.
Right.
Every time you come, you bring these candles, and I know there's a huge customer base out there for scented candles.
Right, it is.
So all of these products, they can be found at your local stores?
At your local stores, right.
Okay,
right.
all right, good. So Miss B, what
yes, we already, it's just that, guys. It's just that, and if you like, you can go ahead and taste it to see how sweet it is, or how less you want to put it, or
quick
how much
and easy,
more.
just
You
like
know,
that.
quick and easy. I have a little tip. If you will like, you can add some chocolate syrup if you want. It's up to you. You can add it, probably have the cup in the fridge for a little bit, and then just go ahead and add your mixture. So we're gonna pull this right here. This popsicle, guys. So you
okay,
can
but so how we are freeze this? Oh, we are putting it in the fridge downstairs.
Yes,
Don't worry about nothing.
yes. Our
We got this
viewers,
covered.
listen.
Yeah, we do everything proper. Correct.
Or you can even leave it without the stick, because I'm gonna put a stick in there and just probably make it like a cold cup. You know, a lot of people into it like that. So yeah.
So this is that.
Yeah, that's the Mackeson one. That's the Mackeson one, and I have some sticks here. But then remember, you gotta freeze it. Just leave it there.
Yes.
And you're gonna put it in the fridge and let it freeze.
I see this working out fine for pool day. Right?
Even so, yeah.
You're up on the pool side and the kids want their kick popsicle, and then the mommy and daddy say, well, they want a popsicle too.
Yeah, exactly.
So mommy and daddy take out their popsicle.
Yeah, exactly.
But just that if the kids ask for something, like, no, you can't eat this one, right?
That's right. So we're gonna move our blender a little bit this side, Marvin.
Okay, so we're gonna use blender for this next one.
Yes, we're doing this one is the coconut one for the kids.
Okay, good. We can bring the blender over here.
Yes.
Yeah, we can bring it over here. We can bring it to front here.
Yeah.
Good.
So that is the Mackeson one. Like I said, guys, it's quick and easy and fast.
All right, good.
Right, so make it ahead so that it can freeze for about 4 to 6 hours. It depends on your fridge, you know. So yeah. And okay, let's do the we're gonna use the same one here. We have our Grace coconut milk. They have the one in the sachet.
Right.
If you want, but to me that you gotta dissolve that in water.
You could do that. Like you could make the milk out of the same one in this sachet. Like,
exactly.
And you come up to the same thing.
Just add some water in it. But this one is about 2 cups.
This one done water for you.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead.
It's a liquid.
Yes, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add this an entire can, guys, because then we want the flavor to come through. And if you want and you don't want to make the popsicle or you just want to make something slushy, you can add some ice.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking with this too, you know.
Yeah.
Like this, I would add some ice to this, make it at least slushy.
Yeah.
And listen, that would have gone good right there.
So 1 can of that. We have some vanilla as well.
Trusted vanilla.
Yes, amazing. Yeah,
that one there. They use the cover.
No, I have some milk as well.
Some whole milk.
Yes, I don't want to mess it up with this. So
guys, I hope
this
you
is
all
about
are,
a cup. We're gonna add about a cup of the whole milk here.
I hope you all are watching keenly and taking down this recipe, right?
Yes.
Just so because this is one of the simpler ones that we've seen.
Coconut water.
Yeah, why? Well, now things get serious. Because we got coconut milk, we got coconut water, we got other kind of milk.
You can add the one with the pulp. This one that I found didn't have. So
but this is really good coconut water, I have to say.
Yes, and especially when it's cold.
Oh yeah, I just mean I say, man.
About a cup as well.
Cold coconut water power hot day like this. Woo.
Yes, so and we're gonna use some milk for this.
Yeah.
So everything is like basically a cup as I go along, guys. So just keep up with me.
Man, I could see the kids enjoying this.
Yes.
I could also see them bouncing around in the house. So this is our outside type of treat.
Oh yeah, that's right. And like I said, it's hot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add some of the cinnamon and nutmeg mixture to that. I have a little pinch of salt. Salt balance out sweet, and sweet balance out salt. So yeah, I have a secret ingredient that I'm gonna add. You wanna smell it? We're not gonna let our viewers know what it is.
And they know what that was. I can't make the viewers know what that was.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's it. And then we're gonna. It smells really good,
yes,
man.
It smells really good.
And we're gonna mix it out. Yeah. About a couple minutes or so, just to get the milk, the condensed milk going. Yeah. All right.
Smell the coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
That coconut rich.
So yes. Yeah. So we have our cups. We're gonna get about, I would say about 6.
6 of these cups.
Yes, 6 of these cups. So like I said, all our ingredients is basically about a cup. We're gonna twist it.
This one, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
And then we have 4 in there, right?
Yes. I have some little bit of coconut flakes here.
Yeah.
I would like to add it to the bottom of this one.
Oh,
yes.
all right, good. Just tell me that first.
No, it's okay. Because then if you want, you can wait till this is about to set a bit. And then you can probably put some. You can still go and put some in there. Yeah.
Right.
And this is optional if you want, guys. If you don't want the coconut flakes.
Where you get the coconut flakes from? You climb the tree or cut down the one or greater your thing?
Miss Be afraid for heights.
Okay.
Well, don't do that to me. All right. So yeah, yeah. So that's our coconut popsicle there. And our Mackeson.
Right.
So for viewers to see, we'll move this over this side.
Yeah, you all put that in the
freezer. Yeah, sure. That will be awesome.
We got magic freezer.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
Start the timer. Oh, timer is
Listen, it's always fun in this kitchen.
All right, so
Yes.
here we have the Mackeson.
Yep,
And the kids.
The coconut.
What do you call this one? This is the coconut popsicle.
Yes, the coconut
and the Mackeson popsicle.
Yes. And
Wow.
I tried it yesterday, guys, and they're both creamy and delicious. So it's not to say, oh, Miss V, don't know where to talk about, but yeah.
All right, this look good. Marvin, as we wrap up this conversation, I want you to remind us once again about some of the deals, promotions going on over at Grace. Tell me about that can turbo that's now in existence.
Yes.
The price will a little bit different for the can one.
I think it's a bit less than the one in the back.
Usually the case.
Right,
Yeah.
usually the case, right.
So tell us, what's the promotions going on
Right, so the
now?
promotion is you purchase 3 turbo at any one of your major supermarket. You get another turbo free. You purchase 2 ketchups, whether it be the hot, whether it be the regular. You also get another ketchup free. You purchase 3 of our potted meat. You also get another potted meat free. We also have our Viennas, or chicken sausage, whether it be the hot, whether it be the chicken. You purchase 4, you get 2 free. And then we also have on the corner here, new to our catalog, or scented candles. And also to add, if you guys are in the area around at Full Tech, you can catch us over at Full Tech. They're having their 33rd anniversary now. So we'll be having
When
a
is
couple
that?
today.
Today, okay.
Right. Today. So we'll be having a couple items on sale now.
Okay, good. So, a quick question. When what we talk about free things, so I have to ask. The free thing will come packaging it versus
already.
I have to go ask the people name why Marvin say I forget a free one. So when me free one there.
No, it's already set on the grey shelf now.
Okay, so it's packaged there.
Already packaged. So
Just
it's
to
a
pick
matter
it
for
up.
you to pick it up and pay for it.
At the front of the store, Paul.
Yes, good.
Right.
Excellent. Because
Right.
product placement is everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's everything. And Grace good pan that. I could tell her that as you walk in at the store, that everything great.
Yes.
Like, give me a little break, Grace. I need to go down this island and I try to come back. But yes, so thank you very much for that, Marvin.
Yeah.
Miss V, I'll take a sample, right? I
Yes.
kind of broke your popsicle, but I will take a little sample just as we sign off.
All right.
Yeah, boy. That thing they're good. That thing they're good. I start the party early. But with that, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get into some pottery making, I understand. Well, actually, yes. So we have more Open Your Eyes for you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Vote for your favorite KTV contestant by texting the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's number, and send it to Smart Code 585. Here are this week's contestants.
If you look into her eyes, you'll see the strand of mine. They're saying, this is my message to you. Take my breath away if only you would stay.
Why you didn't dip on the grind? Just bear this in my mind. These streets don't love you like I do.
Wrap my arms around you. Of a woman like you. Oh, I don't deserve it. To experience to be taken for a stroll. To experience for someone to rock and roll. Have no fear for atomic energy. Cause none of them can stop the time.
We were meant to be. Girl, you've always been my lover. Always been my lover. You don't mind when you waste your time coming up with some stupid line. Influencing the youth, them to snort a line or take a line.
You can change the world today. And I'm living proof that crime doesn't pay.
Remember, voting ends on Sunday at midnight. And don't forget to tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. only on Greater Belize Media.
all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History. Choose Contributions. Read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. Our third conversation is with Miss Maureen Utsman, and she is a dramatist here to talk to us about make her voice heard. And this is supposed to be an intrinsic one-woman theatrical experience. Yes. Good morning, Maureen. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm fine, thank you, and thank you so much for having me.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
It is a pleasure. I think that we don't talk about the intricacies of dramatic and theater art enough. We have the Bliss Center for Performing Arts where we see dance and culture come alive, but theater is something very intricate. That art form itself is not very common here in Belize. Let's talk about your career in that field.
Yeah, I really I wouldn't call it a career. It's just been a passion of me for all my life, a passion of mine. But I did a little bit earlier, in my younger days. I did some theater here in Belize. We started Caribbean theater. I don't want to give away too much because I'm telling the stories of my life. So yes, but I did a little bit. Of course, in high school I started a drama club when I was teaching at St. Catherine's.
Okay.
And we won some Festival of Arts contests and. But it's always been, something dormant in me that needs expression. And so whenever I get a chance, I always jump at it. And this opportunity actually just sort of came about because the older I'm getting and, my memory isn't as sharp as it used to be, I thought I need to write down stories of my life so that they're not lost. And then the more I was writing, of course, it naturally came to me that I need to perform this.
Okay.
So that's how it came about. And then, the older we get, also, we're forgotten. we're kind of, you know, the older folks were kind of pushed aside, and and our voices are not heard, and we have a lot to say.
I find that so interesting, because I think that, well, for me and the line of work that I do, the elders, the old people, they have all the answers in my head, right? You guys have done life. You've already experienced so much of it. We are still here trying to figure it out, and you all have the answers.
I like that. We've done life, and I'm telling you about what I've done.
Yes.
You know,
how do you perform something that is so personal and intricate in front of a live audience and not make it seem monologue-ish, if you will?
Well, first it takes guts.
Agreed.
You know, and you know, the thing is, everybody has a story.
That's so true.
You know, and everybody has a story, and we need to tell our stories because it's important, and stories matter.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
So help us. I just want to take it back a little bit so that we can understand what you're doing, right? And where you're doing it. So you told us that you've written down your stories, experiences, and that you're giving voice to it, right, as a dramatist. So what is it that you've organized a show for us?
Well, yes, a one-woman show.
A one-woman show?
Yes.
Okay, good. So give us the details of this one-woman show.
What sort of details do you want?
I want to know,
without giving away my
I don't want you to give away your story, because I want people to go and see,
and they need to experience
it, right? But are we talking about an event at the Bliss per se?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a big event. It's a big event. And speaking of, you know, the theme is women over 70 making their voices heard.
Wow.
So there's also Nelita Castillo who will be singing, and it happens to be on Saturday, which is tomorrow, happens to be her 75th birthday.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I'm 76, and like you said, you know, we've done life. So
what do you?
And I have my story that I'm actually performing, but reading it. And you know, the thought came to me because I wrote this, so it's personal, of course. It's written by me, not by someone else. You know, it took me a whole year.
Oh, wow.
To write. And it's written in rhyme, so I'm telling my story in rhyme because I love the spoken word sort of experience. So that's what I had in mind too.
Okay.
Why should people be interested in going and listening and experiencing the story that you have to share?
Well, that's a good question. Apart from it being an evening at the theater, and it is, you know, a theatrical experience, I think it's something that's different. It's never been done, you know, where someone gets up and tells their story, especially in rhyme. So it's a new experience, I think, for everyone. And I think I would love for people to come because I also want to inspire others from what I'm doing, inspire others to do the same, you know, to write their stories.
I have a question for you, Maureen, because I'm already, you say you can't give me details.
Yeah, I'm not ready for some details.
We're not ready for some details.
Questions about details at this point.
But I'm very curious to, because you say it's almost like a poetic way of expressing your life.
But it's also dramatical.
So you're doing like a contemporary piece with poetry and a monologue and telling a story. That's a lot to do for a one-woman show. How do you keep an audience engaged by telling a story that it took a year for you to write?
Yes. Well, we're using a lot of visual effects, number one, right? Because yes, I understand that you need to keep people, you know, involved and interested. So it's not just me standing there reading, you know, my story or a script, yes. So there's a lot of visual effects. I'm dancing.
Okay, Maureen.
Excuse me.
Women over 70.
So, there you go. There you go. So no, you know, we still have a lot to offer. So I'm tap dancing actually, which is what my dad and I used to do together when I was little. So I'm bringing that back to life. And a lot of people, you know, you are both youngs, but a lot of the older generation know my dad. His name was Graham Borden, and he was a dancer.
Yeah.
He was a dancer.
We know of your dad.
You know of him?
We know of him. So yeah, because we work along with the Institute of Creative Arts and ISCR Niche, and so we all kind of hear these names.
He was called the Fred Astaire of Belize. And when he was young, the ladies would sign up, and there was a list of names of people who wanted to dance with my dad.
Oh, wow, right here in Belize.
In Belize.
He's my sweet.
Yes.
So, after, here's a big question.
Yes.
After 70 years of life, what's the biggest lesson or takeaway from life?
Oh, you're not going to do this to me.
I am.
We need to know. We need to know.
Oh, wow.
At least one of the big takeaways.
Well, I think, you know, using my script as an example, I think the biggest lesson is to be authentic, to be authentically yourself, and to know who you are. And that's what I got out of this whole process. You know, to know and be accepting and no apologies, you know, of who you are. Yeah, this is who I am, and you accept me, you know, as I am.
When you reflected on your story and you looked back at life and all that it has shown at you and all that, how it has developed you, were there moments in your reflection where you had regrets, where you thought things could have been done differently and circumstances could have played out differently?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And yes, you know, but we cannot live with regrets. You know, we did what we knew at the time.
That's so true.
You know, you do what you know, and but when you know better, and this is not my quote, I got this quote many years ago from Oprah Winfrey, who I think got it from Maya Angelou. You know, you do what you know, but when you know better, you do better. And yet we all make mistakes. And yes, I have made mistakes and regret them and wish I could go back and redo them, but we can't. So we just have to accept that, you know, we did our best.
And I would imagine life has also, in your reflection, life has also thrown you some very happy moments and joyful moments.
Absolutely.
Now you are, you grew up in this art. Your father was a dancer. You are a dancer and a dramatist. But you're also going to be performing with Nelita Castillo, who is an incredible singer.
Absolutely.
How has it been like working alongside her?
Well, to tell you the truth, you know, it's kind of like we're two separate entities. And we've only had one rehearsal together. She's been rehearsing on her own. I rehearse on my own. And we had, on Wednesday, we all came together. But Nelly she's an icon.
She's phenomenal.
You know,
she's an incredible Belizean singer.
And Nelita, I should say. Sorry, Nelita.
Because
she wants to be called Nelita and not Nelly, but I grew up with Nelita, and she was always Nelly to me.
So what's where?
Oh, look at that!
Yeah,
yes,
that's a younger version of me.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes, I figured that much. Very beautiful. What is the cost of tickets and where can we get tickets?
Yes. So the Institute of Creative Arts, of course, at the Bliss is selling tickets, and the number to call is there, 227-2110.
Yes.
And yeah, tickets are on sale now.
Yes, General is for 25, Reserved is for 40, and Premium
is
for
50. Yeah, so
and we
50,
get this
40,
at the
and
box office
25.
at
Yes,
the Bliss.
or you can call that number. Yeah, 227-2110. And they will reserve the tickets for you, hold them, and you pick them up the night of the event and pay for them.
What I gather from this conversation, just finally, is that you're going to take us through a journey.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
With an array of emotions, and it's going to be an experience, right? So that for me is very intriguing, and so I want to congratulate you for
Thank you so much.
putting yourself out there at this age, because you're making the fact that
I have nothing to lose now, right?
She's done life. She knows.
I have nothing to lose. But I like that you use the word journey, because I actually use the same word. In my introduction, I invite everyone to come with me on my journey.
What time does the theater open?
Well, the show starts at 7, and let me say, we're going to start. Nelita is first, and she will start at 7.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Yes.
Promptly.
Yes.
At 7.
Promptly at 7.
So be seated at 6:30.
So yes, you need to be there by 6:30, and we hopefully will start promptly at 7. There is no intermission.
Okay.
So
right after her, you're next.
Yes, we just want to go from just clear the stage, and I'll be on.
Okay.
Excellent.
Anything happening after the performance?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we have a little meet and greet planned for after, because I think people will want to talk to me and ask me questions, and and a lot of people I know will be there because they know me. So we have food and drinks on sale, so it's a cash bar.
Okay.
And I think it's light snacks. I'm not sure. That wasn't my department.
We're looking forward to your performance.
Well, I hope you'll be there.
We can make an attempt. Yeah. I'm finding out about it now, right? So
No, you have to be there.
This is where we get the details that we were asking about. But Maureen, congratulations.
Thank you.
76
I'm 76.
years.
This is my 77th year. I'll be 77 in December.
Oh, what day December?
Such
21st.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Maureen, congratulations. We look forward to hearing the success of your event.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for taking us on this journey with you.
Oh, thank you so much. And everyone, please come out on Saturday at the Bliss, 7 o'clock.
Awesome.
Sharp. Here.
6:30. 6:30 sharp.
Yes.
Because you know how Belizeans go. We want 6:30 sharp.
Yes, I know. This is not Belize time.
No.
We're starting at 7.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Maureen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
We are going to switch gears and take a quick break. And when we come back, it's all about painting pottery with DeColores. We'll be right back.
Is your classroom in need of a transformation? Benny's B-Box is giving one lucky teacher the ultimate classroom transformation experience. Just fill out the Google Forms on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Be sure to tag and share #Benny's Classroom Makeover. But don't wait, submissions end July 31st, 2025. Visit our social media pages for more info. Don't miss your chance to get back to school ready with Benny's and B-Box.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who's said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
As an athlete, orthopedic health is very important. Our bodies can be so strong and yet still so delicate. Injury is something that we cannot prevent. We could try to mitigate the risk of extreme injuries. However, it is very, very important that you know and understand your body.
As we get older, our bones are getting softer. It's hard to treat degeneration which already happened. The first treatment is a lifestyle modification and the support of physiotherapists. I am Dr. Sergey Adonin, an orthopedic surgeon, and we are watching Caribbean Medical TV.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
This is the new era of the Mexican Caribbean. A whole spectrum of colors and hues, multi-dimensional cuisine, holographic beaches. The true new era is within you.
Back and joining me this morning. It seems that we're doing this kind of like a tribute to mother-daughter owned businesses, because for our Small Business Friday, I have with me Kea Castaneda, and she is one of the many faces behind DeColores Pottery. And you work alongside with your mom.
Yeah, I do.
But you're the one doing the media representation this morning. How are you, Kea?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think we'll be okay today.
I think if your mom sent you and be like, Kea can do it, then Kea can absolutely
She's been training me for this for like forever.
A while, forever. Wonderful.
Yeah.
That means you could do this with your eyes closed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Challenge accepted, guys. But Kea, talk to us a little bit about DeColores for our viewers that might not know about it. Where did it start from, and why did you venture into this unique entrepreneurship?
Well, thank you for having me today. It's a great pleasure to be here. So DeColores actually came out of the 2020 pandemic. We started back in 2021 just as a way to kind of express ourselves. You know, we were locked up. It was quarantine. We needed something to do.
Yes.
So my mom, she had these pots for a while, and she hadn't really painted them. And so one day she's like, let me paint them. And so she originally painted it for herself. It wasn't really to sell, yeah.
Right.
And so she posted it to Facebook and immediately got a comment, how much?
Oh, wow.
And so she's like, oh, I didn't know that was a possibility, you know, to make a whole business out of it. And that trickled into us doing our first night market. We started off with like a 4-foot table with less than 20 pots. And at the time, she was the lead artist. And then it trickled into us having 4 artists now. And it's all family based. So we have my mom, my stepdad, my little sister, and myself painting. And so we encourage the young artists to actually get into the art of everything.
And you all do quite well in terms of marketing, what it's like to express yourself painting on different things apart from canvas.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I really, really love about DeColores. But you don't only paint for you, it's a family-owned business, but you also can kind of teach other people how to paint.
Right. So we do the paint sessions, the paint and sip, so we call, and usually it's with a canvas, a square, but we wanted to venture out into something different. Bring something different to the people of Belize. So we started off with the clay pots. So you could use it for planting, for decor around the house, or just for putting little knickknacks inside.
Yeah, I have my one that I use to put little knickknacks inside.
And so we then ventured out into doing glass. We did wood. My mom has painted an actual birdhouse.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so we like to say that we can paint on almost anything.
Thank you.
And so we usually try to encourage different things of doing. Yeah, so that's the birdhouse there that we have. And we pride ourselves in doing different designs. So no pot is the exact same.
Okay.
So from 2021, we have never done the same pot. Exactly the same.
So if I have a DeColores pot, it's because that's the only one of its kind.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
Yes.
So you said that you can paint on anything, right? And I know that today you're challenging me to kind of do the same thing. The last time your mom was here, I warned her and I said, listen, I love to watch art. I'm a fan of art, but doing art, right? So let's see if you could help me better than your mom helped me that one time. So we are painting on glass today, wine glasses to be exactly. Okay, what are we doing?
So first off, we have one brush here, but we have other selections of brushes that you have access to.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
So my mom did this one the other night, and so we're just kind of going to recreate, not exactly, don't want to put that pressure on you to exactly replicate this.
It's not gonna happen.
Put your little touch into it. This is yours to keep afterwards. And so put your little flair into it. If you want to add some little doodles or something, go right ahead.
All right, so we put our aprons on first?
Go right ahead.
Okay. I love that you brought things because I am very clumsy and I will mess myself up. So
I came in a white shirt, and so I'm just like, and the thing is, with my mom and I, we have found that we have paint on almost all of our home clothes.
That makes sense.
So
aprons it is, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're putting this on.
And so today we're doing the stemless glass, and we've done a paint and sip with this before.
Okay.
And so we do this, and then even with the paint and sip, we try to keep it. Yes, you have a design there, but you don't have to do it the exact design. You add your little flair to it.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with our stem, so the longer pieces of the leaf here. So you could pick whichever color you want to.
Okay.
I don't know if you have a favorite color that you want to start off with, or
I'll figure it out as we go.
Okay. I'm gonna go in with your brush a little bit, and then just wipe it. And then I'm gonna go in with the orange.
I'm gonna do purple.
Yeah.
So a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I've done
and then you could just go in with another layer of it if you need to afterwards.
Okay.
And so you wanna leave about an inch at the top, just so that when you keep it more towards the bottom.
Right.
So you could just start from the top or from the bottom.
I think I'll start from the bottom. Somebody gave me that advice.
Really? See,
yes.
you know you're getting there.
Somebody gave me that advice to start from the bottom. All right,
then you could just, whenever you want to switch a color, you just dip your brush into the water and then wipe it, and then you go again.
So we do stems first. It's just that lovely little painting that we're doing.
And it's very versatile. So if we had males and females doing it, it's not really subjective to anyone.
Okay.
And that's the one thing about DeColores, is that we try to cater to everybody of all ages. So kids that can barely form a sentence are here trying to get involved with DeColores. And so, what was the term that you used earlier? The senior citizens?
Sure, that.
And so we really do want to cater to everybody.
Yeah. Because anybody can, right? I love that art is just one of those ways that you can express yourself.
Right.
I really appreciate, like I said, I am a lover of art. I do appreciate the talent that other people have. They express themselves completely in this art form, and it's not very, it's a talent that I admire. But how about you? Was this something that you always wanted to do? Like you saw your mom painting and this was something that you said, I can do that?
So, well, we've always been a very creative family because my mom was a teacher. So she
Yes.
kind of had to be creative with decorating her classroom. So I grew up in a very colorful environment with her. So when we started DeColores, I was a bit shy because I hadn't really produced any art to sell. You know, that was one of my biggest like insecurities. So I was just like, will anybody buy? You know, will they like what I produce? So it was just like a learning experience. And so the first pop-up, I think I didn't paint anything. My mom was the only artist that painted. And so then after she's like, yeah, you need to start getting into it. I think you'll do really good, you know. So I started with the little pots that we call chiquitines. So I started off with that and then I started moving up. And yet to this day, I have still not painted one of the bigger pots that we have. But one day I will, one day.
You can do it, I'm
I
sure.
definitely will.
How has DeColores inspired you to have a different outlook on business in life? You're a young person, you're a young entrepreneur. How has DeColores inspired you in that way to pursue business as a career?
Right, so it really opened my eyes to how much goes into a business. And being only the two, well, at the time it was only two of us dealing with the marketing, dealing with the financing, with all, even and while being the creative minds behind it, you know. And so that made me really get into what I'll get is into a business, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like, okay, we need to have all of these ducks in a row. And it has led me to become more organized in my professional career and so forth. Excuse me. And so with the business, it has led me to really appreciate others for what they do, because running a small business is not easy.
I believe it.
From like, we hear all our vendor friends will be like, I'm having to do 20 different jobs and it's only me, right?
And at least for this, it's not only you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to be able to highlight that when you do these small businesses, it definitely comes from out of a labor of love.
Yes.
This is a side hustle.
Yeah.
Right? Beautiful. I didn't do what you said. I kind of went and I did a
Go right
thing.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because I'm not good at following
You add a little
instructions.
April flair
I
to
have
it.
to. It just comes with it. But okay, how can people be involved in, you know, if you guys do these sip and paints and so
Right.
forth, you can be hired to do these privately, right?
Yes.
Okay, how can people do that?
So we offer the private sit-and paints. We've done them for anniversaries, for birthdays, maybe weddings. I know like last year we did one with the Ministry of Human Development. We had a retreat. So I had my coworkers of 30 years and over there where I would put them to paint, and they're like, I have never picked up a paintbrush since the age of 5.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
so it really gave them opportunity to tap into that inner child spirit,
creativity,
right? And so we do encourage people to do the sit-down paints just to kind of relax, because we don't find this like a job.
No.
The painting aspect of it is very, very fun, and so we really just don't feel tired when we're doing it.
Yeah.
And so we do the other sit-down paints with the art check in Bamapan. So with Miss Sadie, we sometimes do themed ones. So like for Mother's Day, we do Children's Day, maybe Father's Day. And those sit-down paints, they're not only the clay pots. You might find that we do other things as well.
Okay.
So like I think for Valentine's Day, we did the wine glasses, you know.
Okay.
And that was advertised more of like a, yes, you can bring your significant other, but you can also bring your friends, like a Galentine's, you know?
I appreciate that. I appreciate those types of things. But persons can, so if I want to hire you for my birthday, to have like a private sip and paint from DeColores, I can do that. How could I do that?
So you could contact us by our WhatsApp number. It is 615-2868, or by our email, which is decolores.bze@gmail.com. Or reach out to us on Instagram at decolores.belize.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, you all are having an art walk?
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So it's a partnership with Art Shack and the Bamapan City Council.
Okay.
So it's a space that we give artists, that they are giving artists to come and showcase their art. And it is usually set up in a way that it's usually an art walk. So they display everybody's
art.
Yeah, and it's very pretty. And so they're doing that in honor of Bamapan Day at the end of July, beginning of August. And so it really gives us the opportunity to really showcase what we're all about. and especially those young artists that might not have the opportunity to do it by themselves.
Oh, I like that.
So it's, you know, because being an individual artist, it's very daunting when you have great artists in Belize and you're like, maybe I should. I don't know if I should.
It kind of like a motivation.
Yes.
To put their art out
and
there.
to see that the kids, like for the kids, you know, to really see that people love their art, you know, and for them to continue creating their art for as long as they would like.
Yeah.
And so,
what time does that start?
I believe it starts at around after the ceremonies at 9 o'clock. So I would say like 11 o'clock onwards until the evening.
Okay.
And so people can come out and they see. I know they'll have some art schools out there. You know, if you want to sign up your child, and you can get them submersed into the School of Art that they have in Bonpan.
I love that. I can appreciate that. And for people that don't necessarily know about DeColores and more about your art and how they can purchase it, how can they purchase?
So we mostly use our Instagram page. That has been the leading social media. I know because a lot of people use Facebook, but we lean more to the Instagram.
It's for the younger people.
And so we kind of do most of our sales not only at the night markets, because that's the pop-up that we're usually doing. And then we also have our WhatsApp number that they could ask, you know, what do you have in stock? Can you send me pictures? And I'll always be free to help you and providing pictures and what we have. And then we also do custom orders if you know somebody's birthday is coming up, if they have a wedding anniversary, or if you want to recreate a painting.
Oh, that's nice.
A picture, you can send us the picture and then we recreate it on a pot.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's literally one of a kind that we bring to life for you. Because some people are like, yes, I could paint it, but I don't know if I could do it as good, or I don't have the patience to do it.
Yeah, I understand that, because right now I'm just like, oh, what did I do? But thank you so much for, you know, bringing me a little bit of a zen this morning, Kaya. We are out of time, and I did not finish my glass.
Don't worry.
So she'll have to finish it for me. But we are going to take a quick break. Thank you so much once again. And when we come back, we'll have more Open Your Eyes, so don't go away. Hi, Mom.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Coming up, get ready because it's crop over time. A friendship contribution to children with cancer, making a difference for those with special needs. African culture expressed through fashion, and another reward for a job well done. It's all next on this station.
Vote for your favorite KTV contestant by texting the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's number, and send it to Smart Code 585. Here are this week's contestants.
If you look into her eyes, you'll see the strand of mine. They're saying, this is my message to you. Take my breath away if only you would stay.
While you're did dip on the grind, Just bear this in my mind. These streets don't love you like I do.
Wrap my arms around you. Oh, but woman like you, oh, I don't deserve it. To experience to be taken for a stroll. To experience for someone to rock and roll. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time.
We were meant to be. Girl, you've always been my lover. Always been my lover. You don't mind when you waste your time coming up with some stupid line, influencing the youth and to snort a line or take a line.
You can change the world today, and I'm living proof that crime doesn't pay.
Remember, voting ends on Sunday at midnight, and don't forget to tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. only on Greater Belize Media.
We at Full Tech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Full Tech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Full Tech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
As an athlete, orthopedic health is very important. Our bodies can be so strong and yet still so delicate. Injury is something that we cannot prevent. We could try to mitigate the risk of extreme injuries. However, it is very, very important that you know and understand your body.
As we get older, our bones are getting softer. It's hard to treat degeneration which already happened. The first treatment is a lifestyle modification and the support of physiotherapists. I am Dr. Sergey Adonin, an orthopedic surgeon, and we are watching Caribbean Medical TV.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for staying tuned with us. We have another exciting conversation here, and this one is all about Belize's men's volleyball team. They're silver medalists. They recently returned from El Salvador for the men's Final Four championship, and we have four of the team members here. We have Kaylin Ingram, Hakan, right?
Yes,
Godoy, David Garbott, and Braden Richardson. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you all. Usually when you win something, you're usually more excited, man. I want you so excited on the face, right? So let's talk a bit first with you, Kaylin, about the experience for this tournament and what it was like competing and, of course, winning silver.
Yeah, so first, I say I'm very appreciative to even have the opportunity to be there and represent my country. It feels great. This is the highest medal I've ever achieved as an athlete. Yeah. So getting silver really should open a lot of doors and bring a lot of publicity itself to the Belize Volleyball Association. But the opportunity to really be there and play at such a high level, I think for any athlete, it feels amazing.
Yeah, and you all are wonderfully decorated with your silver medals. Just for our viewers, that's what they have around their necks. This is what you won, right?
Yeah,
at this competition specifically. So, Hakan, how competitive was the environment over there in El Salvador?
Well, it was very competitive because usually during the play you have to react very quickly to balls coming, blocking. Well, that was my main role, just blocking, and just, you know, trusting my teammates and trusting that, you know, they'll do their part.
Yeah.
So that was basically all I had to do.
Now, David, you all set the tone from the onset. You went in and you defeated the home team, if you would, the host team actually. What was that game like for the team based on your memory, and what did it mean to set the tone that way by winning that first match?
Well, first, we just wanted to go in like with confidence because the team, they went last year in the same tournament and they lost every game. So coming into this tournament, they didn't want that to happen again. So we just went in with all confidence and, you know, knowing that we're going to play the whole team. So most of the guys on the bench, we had to support the guys. If we're called up, we had to go in, make a play happen, you know, to get the game involved and stuff. And after we beat the whole team, you know, the fans in El Salvador started to vote for us. Every game, they're cheering for us, you know.
So you won over their fans.
Yeah, we won over their fans basically.
Yeah, you defeated the team, and that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate victory right there, right? And the ultimate compliment. Now, Braden, we're talking about a victory, but aside from that, we had a tough loss to Guatemala, but we took them to 5 sets.
Yeah.
What's the takeaway from that game for you?
Okay, so going into that game, we know Guatemala is a strong team. So we were preparing in practices like their tempos and stuff. I think we were the best team overall. We just got in our heads, and that's where Guatemala strives. They're a mentally focused teams. They have been in 5 sets. They know how to come out of it. They know how to win. And I just think that mentally we could have been better, and that was about it.
It was down to like 4 points, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
15-11.
15-11.
Yeah, it was a very close game.
Yeah, so because that shows that you all were within like winning range.
Yeah.
And in your minds, what's going through your mind at that point when you're so close and you know that this is the team to beat, not only for a competition reason, but we always want to beat Guatemala same ways, right? But what's going through your mind at that point?
I think especially for any team, like when you're going to like a tiebreaker, the mental part of the game really comes into play, where you have to stay focused and still keep the level of play at a high level so that you could perform, but also keep your game very clean. And Guatemala, knowing them, they always say that, okay, we can beat Belize. Belize is a team that whenever we go to every competition, although we might lose game, everyone respects us. So going into that game, Guatemala had to put their hats on and say, okay, we might lose the set, we might lose 2 sets, but at the end of this game, we're going to come out winning. And that's exactly what they did.
Now, in spite of the defeat to Guatemala, you all had to get your heads back in the game because you all knew that to secure silver, at the least, you had to win your next game. And that one was against Nicaragua. Talk about preparation for that game and what the experience was like during that game.
Well, after the game against Guatemala, we had a team meeting and we really had to, like, you know, talk about it, what all we were gonna do, and we said, you know, we're gonna, even if we have to take Nicaragua to 5 sets, we're gonna beat them no matter what. And that's exactly what we did. We trained in practice the next day for it, and we tried to clean up on some of our mistakes we did against Guatemala. Main thing, service, and that's what made us came out on top.
David, how sweet was the victory, the moment when you all brought down Nicaragua and secured silver?
Well, it was very exciting, very rewarding, you know. Going into the game, like I said, we had a team meeting and everything, and the only thing on our minds going into the game was win silver, but to stay focused at the same time. We didn't want what happened in the Guatemala game to happen in this game. You know, we got ahead of ourselves, and you know Nicaragua will come in, so we just had to stay focused. And when we got the final point, just the emotions that went through our body was just incredible.
Braden, have we ever won or placed at in this tournament at any level? Based on your recollection?
No, I don't think so. as in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Because we lost the last one. So I don't think so. But getting silver was a huge accomplishment. It was like since 25 years we've ever won silver. And that's very big.
Yeah.
Especially for me because my first time seeing volleyball, the sport of volleyball played, was 2016. And to be able to play with those same guys and get a huge accomplishment, getting silver, was a big accomplishment for all of us.
Yeah.
I think we feel very excited, very emotional. Even though it was Brighton's last game, it was very emotional victory.
I want somebody to talk a bit about that Brighton's impact on this team and on your passion for the sport as well. Has impact been huge?
Definitely, for sure. I have nothing to say but good things about Brighton. I don't know about all of these guys, but Brighton is the reason I'm where I'm at today, especially playing in the US. He really took me under his wings and gave me the resources that I need to go out there, speak to coaches, and kind of thrive in the industry. And I feel like that itself has prepared us because I don't know a lot of people know, but we leave in a week and a half to go play at the Norseca Games under 23 in Guatemala.
Yeah.
And those games are even going to be at a higher level than we played in these Central American games. So it really prepared us mentally to play countries like the United States we're going up against, Mexico and Dominican Republic. So people like Brighton really, he placed a dent into the federation itself to kind of set the tone for the younger generation coming up.
Now, finally, you all are preparing for the Norseca Games, and this on my conversation with President Sharp, this is the big dogs.
Yeah,
this is the top leagues.
These are huge
We're
dogs.
talking the USA.
These are pretty much guys that are going into playing on their senior team to go to the Olympics, realistically.
Right, right. And but Belize, I can't take Belize lightly, right?
Definitely.
Because we small, but we hungry.
Yeah.
We hungry bad when we go out there. What's preparations been like for that?
Well, so far, after we came back from Guatemala, we continued just to go to practice, and with Coach Reeves and Coach Esteban, Coach Humes, Coach Wallace, we're in practicing a fast tempo, because we know once we reach out there, that's the tempo we're gonna meet. We're trying to close blocks, be smarter on our plays, be light on our feet, all of that. So that's all that's going into preparation.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, we will be looking on from home, and we'll certainly be cheering you all on. And I personally want to wish you all the best as you prepare, and even as you enter the tournament from home. We'll certainly be watching. But also, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Excellent. So with that, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we have a final. All right, so we're going to wrap up, actually. So, April, you want to come and join me over here as we wrap up this Friday morning? It's been an excellent show. It's been an excellent show this morning. I see you still doing your painting there. How's that going?
You know, I was having a great time.
Yeah.
And then you call me here to wrap things up.
Yeah, you look like you are in
a
a blissful place over there, right?
Gentlemen, you should try. You know, when you guys are calm and everything and trying
they
to
don't look like
get
painters.
No.
Yeah, they're right.
But you know, when you need to get your head in the game and kind of calm yourselves down a little bit. Paint a basketball.
A volleyball.
A volleyball. You know what? This is why you did the sports segment.
So that's the plan for the next show?
Yeah, you guys can paint a volleyball. They
Okay.
don't sit there and do it.
Yeah, all right,
Perfect. We have it on record. But we want to thank all of our guests for tuning in this morning and starting your morning right here with us on Open Your Eyes. It is July 18th.
18th, correct.
And if it is your birthday today, happy birthday to you from all of us here at OIE and GBM. And if you have a birthday shout out or just a question or a comment, you can drop us a line right here at OIE@channel5belize.com.
You can also catch us live on Facebook every weekday morning at Open Your Eyes BC.
And catch our highlights on Instagram at OIE Belize. We also have a WhatsApp number where you can call us and text us. That's 675-2555. And please join us for KTV The Remix next week. Of course, the votings close on Sunday, I believe, right?
At midnight.
At midnight. So you have from now until Sunday to cast your votes for your favorite singer. And of course, we want you to join us again on Monday when you open your eyes.
And start your morning right.
Be sure to keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open.
We'll see you soon, Belize. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.